Look at me today, and welcome to Range Rover Velar. This is the P380 SE. I presume 380 SE stands for horsepower because this car has got 380 horsepower. This is the petrol version. I mean, this is just so luxurious and so silky. The best part about this car, it is really the right quality and the interior. About the interior a little bit later. But the right quality, it has got 8-speed automatic transmission. When you drive it in comfort, beautiful, so smooth, there's no hiccups. When you put it to sport, it becomes a little bit more dynamic, but don't get carried away. This isn't a sports car. However, it does have a nice punch to it, a nice kick. It's not lethargic. It is not a big box on wheels like some might probably expect. But about this car, this is all about luxury. It's about, quietness, poshness. It is just so, yeah. I feel today like a wife of a wealthy Swiss banker. And why wealthy? Well, because this car is not cheap. The R-Dynamic model, 380 horsepower, it's about 100,000 Swiss francs, which is about 100,000 US dollars. This is a lot of money. However, I think for what you're getting here, because you're getting a lot. This is a big car. The first thing I thought to myself when I got in, I thought, my God, this is massive. Look at it. How am I going to maneuver through town with this hair color and this brain of mine? But it's not too bad. You get used to it. But having said that, you still feel the massive and the big size at all times. But the car grips the road very, very beautifully. The traction does a great job. You'd think you'd be rolling around the corners, but it's not the case. It actually performs very, very beautifully around the corners. Even as you go, through roundabouts, it doesn't, it's not like a big old boat. It becomes a nice, dynamic little rocket. But yeah, no, this is not a sports car or sporty car at all. Range Rover claims that this is their sportiest model. Okay, I'm not sure what a sporty Range Rover is, because for me, Range Rover, it is all about comfort, it's luxury. Of course, being the Range Rover, Velar is super, super quiet. Have I mentioned that already? Might be so, but it's just worth repeating because this car is so quiet, so beautiful. Even in sports mode, I'm driving sports mode now, you can hear your own breath. Yeah. The only downside really about Velar for me is the visibility. I mean, the rear window is fairly small for a car of this size. Then the biggest problem is this big, thick pillar here. And you really have to keep that in mind, because I found myself, looking a little bit out like that when I had pedestrians crossing the road. So as long as you keep that in mind, as long as you're aware of this, then I think it's still okay. What I want to show you in more detail are the drive modes you can select. I've spoken briefly about them. Dynamic, one of my favorite. Eco, doesn't sound very exciting, not sure I'll be choosing that one. Comfort, I can easily say Velar is the kind of car, this is a comfort kind of car. So one of the best modes. There's grass, gravel, snow. I wanted to originally take this car up the hill, 2,500 meters high, but with summer tires, I thought, maybe not a good idea. So I've stayed at the bottom. Mud ruts, I can feel the height of the car changing, and there's sand. Yep, the same thing happening. The height of the car changes. So I suppose sand, if you're in the Middle East, fancy rocketing through a desert, by all means go right ahead. But let's get to the second best bit of this car. and that is the glorious interior. I mean, just look at it. It is so lovely, so beautiful. The leather, so silky and smooth to just glide your hands on. Beautiful to look at, beautiful to touch. Oh, cuckoo. It's a bit of a plastic. $100,000 car. And so much plastic happening. Not very cool. But I suppose I can live with that. But you can get this in all leather. I suppose I got the pool version. Oh dear. But overall, I mean, this is just so incredible. Range Rover really is on the top of its game. Plenty of space in the car, no question about it. But let's talk about the entertainment system. When I got in and I just drove literally a few minutes, I thought I am going to murder the system. I thought, my God, what is this? 2 screens, which one do I touch? What's going on? So I pulled over. I took a bit of time to get my head around it. And once you do that, it is absolutely fine. It's not the easiest on the market. I still favor BMW and Audi, but it's still very, very good. So you get the standard, of course, navigation, media, phone, climate control here. The good thing about it is that you still get the swivels, so you can operate it with that. Because touch can be a little bit distracting while you're driving. And for me, being a woman, slightly on the obsessive side, I suppose, are the fingerprints. I mean, they're just everywhere. Yeah, you end up cleaning it and cleaning it forever. Steering wheel, it just feels so good, so solid. You also have the controls here. I didn't realize that they both touch and press. So yeah, you can either slide it up and down. It's a little bit sensitive, so while you're driving, I find myself using the the press method more often than not. But wow, right? Look at it. Just look at it. Before I wrap up, there's something I've forgotten about, and that is petrol consumption. Driving motorway, city, fairly flat mountain roads, dynamic mode, comfort mode, so a solid mixture of everything. I'm getting about 13.3 liters, which is a very good result considering the massive body of Velar. But what do I think of Velar, really? I say, just go for it. If you've got the cash, splash. Well, that sounded very good, didn't it? I mean, this car is so wonderful to drive. It is so beautiful to look, both from the outside, but especially from the inside. It's like a palace on wheels. So if you can afford it, I say, why not? And on that note, it is time to finish the video. I hope you have enjoyed it. I'd like to thank you very much for watching. I'm about to say what I usually don't say. If you liked it, give us thumbs up. I'd like to know what you think of Velar, so leave a comment down below. Tell me what you think. Just be nice. Don't be mean. I don't deal with the mean comments very well. Right. Thank you very much for watching. I'll see you next time. Bye!
You better turn up. You better be there when I shake. Watch me rocking if I can't stop. If I should fall, just go ahead. Go and catch me, baby.